You know how it is. Man, I was gonna make a video, but I kind of got bored. I was kind of,
Okay,
I
so what
wouldn't say
we missed
bored.
from
I
that
was
was
wrapped up.
before we
So
jumped into this.
I was watching this, and I didn't really want to stop watching, if that makes sense. So I figured, why not? I'll just go live. You guys can hang out, watch it with. So here we are, watching it.
Makes sense now. Tech defeated by Han because he had the additional power. And certainly important for Philip to get Tech off the table.
Absolutely, and I totally agree with that attack when you know that the Han could have. I think it is correct to take out Tech over even the Han leader there.
Tab for myself. Way off to the side.
So moving on to the next turn.
Let's see what's going on.
Alex does still have Han and L3.
Yeah.
And with 2 damage on Philip's Han, now Alex can take out
There has been
Phillips' Han.
so much Django.
Get the
in this
extra
event.
resource.
I'm terrified.
So Alex goes up to 8 total resources.
So Django dominant right now. Gonna eat some pretzels, hang out, and watch some TV.
Here comes Philip's
Ooh,
own
Kira.
That's
Kira.
basically what we're doing. We're just watching.
Look at that hand. Infus Nest,
a lot
Kira,
of good
Surprise
players.
Strike, and Cunning. Fantastic hand for Alex.
What do you even name here?
What
That's a
do you
tough one.
call?
That's brutal. I mean, I guess the only card that you could actually stop him from playing this
maybe?
round would be Infus Nest.
Oh, I don't
Right?
even see
Yeah.
you first. Hold on.
But is it even that bad for him if his play is?
It's
Yeah,
Saturday.
I think you named. You have 3 resources up. So if you name Infus Nest, then it's
That's
risky
better.
for Alex to play something like Cunning, buff the L3, because you still have Waylay resources up. So you even if you don't have that, you could bluff and say, "Oh, are you going to risk it? Are you going to try to buff your L3?" So I think I like naming Infus because it also just makes Alex make decisions.
Yeah.
Whether or not you have the answer
nice
to the
Minato
Cunning. If you
mat
name
there.
Cunning, you're just telling him, I don't have an answer for that. And you can still play it for 7 if you want.
Right.
I was about to say, Cunning's kind of backbreaking, I think.
Yeah, the other 3 cards Alex could still play through the additional cost. And we're going to see DJ
this is
smuggled
DJ
in
out.
here. So that means he will take control of one of the ready resources.
Yes.
I still
Well,
hate
it's
that card.
interesting that-
Django
okay.
has been so dominant today.
So Philip is... Okay, so named Infus Nest.
Okay, Infus
Thank you,
Nest
Alex.
was the call.
Mm-hmm. But he needed.
And you're seeing basically experienced Han player things here, where Philip shuffled all his resources, then
Bodhi
looked at them,
Road.
then picked which ones were going
Right.
to be ready. So
Yep.
basically trying to make sure that Alex can't figure out any information
Right.
from which resources were tapped, which one Philip was looking at. You just shuffle everything, then after you shuffle, you look at everything and see which ones you want to leave ready.
DJ is already good enough.
Yeah.
So at least make it difficult, right?
Yeah.
Don't make it easy on them
Yeah.
taking the resource that you don't want them to take.
And this is a really, I mean, obviously in general, if you can DJ people, you do. But this is also a really good play because the main thing that Alex would have to worry about from Philip was a waylay, and he took him down to 2 open resources. So you can't play the waylay anyway.
Yeah. Waylay out of the
Yeah.
picture now.
Bro?
Now we are going to see a 2 play here. Is it L337? No, Bamboozle.
Boozle?
Going to
interesting. Killing the
exhaust
shield.
and take out the shield
What for?
on Alex's L337. So now the action back over to Alex. He has 2 ready resources. And I think he's just going to claim the initiative. So Alex claiming, we'll move on to the next turn.
And I really like that play too because he knew from the Kira that Alex had Surprise Strike. So the Bamboozle stops 5 damage
Right.
instead of just 2. So it kills the shield and stops 5 damage. So I really think it's worth the Bamboozle there from Philip.
You think so?
So of course,
I'm not quite sure
Alex
about.
defeating Philip's resource.
This dude's one of the best Han players around, so who am I to say that he's wrong?
And it's very interesting. We're pretty late in this game, and Alex has yet to deal 1 damage to Philip's base. But he has, over the last few rounds, he's really had control of the game.
Yeah, I think that this matchup, this mirror goes one of two ways.
Not a surprise strike.
Either you get a big
Now, is it
blowout
this
right
next
around the
live?
Han flip turn, like you play a DJ, they don't get to flip. You do something like that. Or this game goes for 35, 40 minutes of just a grind fest of who can get their techs to land, who can play the most advantage from their resource rows and things like that. And we're really getting into that second phase here of a very long and grindy game one.
So surprise strike onto DJ, attacking and defeating Philip's Kira. Now Philip is going to play Ahsoka. Ahsoka will force Alex to discard a card, and if he discards a unit, then Philip will have the option to exhaust one of those units.
Yeah, and we know Alex has a cunning in his hand, but you don't want to discard that. So now he's trying to decide, do I discard my cunning or do I get my unit tapped? Looks like he's reaching for the cunning. This is one where I have no idea what the right choice is.
It's a tough. You
That's a
hate to
tough one.
discard cunning.
Yeah.
You really do, but he doesn't want the unit to be exhausted. So discarding cunning here, dodging the exhaust. And he still has plenty of resources still open.
I think Ahsoka's so good in this. It's actually crazy.
He has, I believe, Infus Nest in hand.
Yes. And we know that, and
Oh,
he
he
killed the
does play
Kira
the
so he can
Infus
play
Nest.
it. Yeah. Bouncing the Ahsoka is interesting.
Yeah, that was one thing I was thinking about because, you know, another card here out of your hand. I mean, maybe it doesn't have a huge impact here,
Well,
but
I
it's
think-
not nothing.
I think that's why he thought about it, because he can only Phil can only replay it if he also Han actions to go back up to
Right.
4. So
So it costs a card.
So in that regard, it costs him a card to cost Alex a card. So
Right.
it's kind of a 1-for-1 from that standpoint.
Yeah.
And then in the future, I think Alex is going to get to the point where he says, my board is good enough that if all you're doing is constantly playing Ahsoka, then I'm okay with that.
Right. I think in the end, you'll take the 1 discard because now he's got the big 5/7 body
Yeah.
on the board. And Infus Nest can, you know, if not dealt with, can continue bouncing these threats back to Philip's hand.
And interestingly enough, Alex did not draw a non-unit. So that Ahsoka will guarantee tap something now.
Awesome.
So that's probably going to change Alex's decision making here. For do I kill the tech? What do I kill it with? Do I just bounce the tech? Or is he
Infus
going,
Nest. Yeah, going to base here. Tech bounced. So now we know Tech and Ahsoka back in Philip's hand. First damage on Philip's base here in this game. We've got 5 damage apiece.
Gang.
And right now, Alex has big time control of this board.
Yeah.
Now Ahsoka comes out, and as you mentioned, it's going to be a unit discarded here. So Philip will be able to at least exhaust one of those ground units.
I think Alex is still okay with this because we see the Han unit in hand. So, okay, my Han leader doesn't get to attack this turn. He can still play the Han, kill the Ahsoka, and still maintain the big board control. So I think this is totally fine. I think the big question is, how much damage is Alex going to get in, assuming Philip replays the tech? Or is he going to kill one of his units to play the tech, to kill the tech? Or is he going to just claim to bounce it again with Infus Nest? So I'm really curious to see how Alex plays this out for the rest of this turn. Or is he just going to DJ again?
These
and then
mirrors
you-
are so nuts.
Right.
Okay.
Hot shot
Oh,
blaster
blaster
on to
DJ.
DJ. Where are we going with the attack? Is he taking Ahsoka out? That would be a trade. And it looks like that's where he's going. No, he's going to base. Okay.
I like going to base here because you still have you
still
still
have
have
to win
7
the game.
up, so you can still do Han to kill the tech if you need to. And you can just keep bouncing the Ahsoka if you want, and also you're just getting you're starting to win the damage
Right.
race. You're
At
getting
this
more
point-
ahead on that. Yeah,
At this point, he's starting to turn the corner.
exactly.
10 damage now on Philip's base.
Because what I would imagine Philip wants to do is in his first action is trade the Ahsoka into the DJ. So you don't need to do that for him, basically. You might as well just hit the base with this board state.
Yeah, absolutely. Alex has a very good presence in the ground arena. Commanding presence on the board. Now, the Han action ability was used. Going up to 5 total resources for Alex, and here comes that Han Solo reluctant hero.
What are you going to do for 5?
Defeating Ahsoka, and it looks like Philip is going to scoop it up. That is going to do it for this game.
You're way behind.
Alex Blandon taking it for KTOD.
We got some sweet pretzels. Yeah, dude. That shit's crazy, actually. Well,
Miss John, right?
Okay, so we are jumping into the Django versus Django, and we believe this is game 3. But we're going to find out for sure right now, but we're at the beginning of the game.
Maybe not main board, but Boba.
We've got Crafty Smuggler down for John.
Game 3,
It is game 3, so we are at the deciding game 3
just
for
saw
these
your chat
2
way
players.
Late. My thing just popped
Tyler
up.
from McClunky Game.
Happy Friday, Frozen
John from KTOD.
Popcorn,
pretzel popcorn. Versus Tada, aka
what up,
Professor Numpty.
No, this is like all over the place.
For anyone wondering why we're,
this is like
why
the
we're jumping around
finals
too
of
much,
the
I know it can be a little
3v3
bit
set.
disorienting. We're trying our best to keep it coherent.
And
the players
I think
really
that last
like
one was
being
game
on
1,
stream,
and
and
it
they've
was
all
a
requested
slug,
that if
bro.
they could get some stream time, especially in the grand finals, that they want to do that.
Django
so
has been,
we're
of
trying our
course,
best to
all
accommodate that, and also to give you a little taste of everything, so that you don't just see the one. Because this is a team event. If we stay on one person, that might not even decide the match.
Yeah.
What up,
as much as we are all just a little bit exhausted of Django versus Django.
I was going to say Django.
We do want to see all the players.
There's 32 teams in this, and 30 of them had Django.
Of the very first Star Wars
and they have shown so many
Unlimited
Django
event.
matchups, and Django always wins. So,
IG 2000
Django's for sure
going to
win this one, right? You know what I mean?
1 damage across the board.
We're just chilling and vibing,
John's
you know,
side.
living the dream.
Removed on Crafty
Got
Smuggler,
off work,
and
took a
Django
shower,
is
and
going
was
to
like,
exhaust the Zygerian
I just want to hang out, watch a little content, you know. Since I didn't get the invite, I'm not good enough for that. Whatever.
Back over to John.
That's all right. Maybe
Both
next
players
time, right?
Still have Tarkin Town online.
That
We're
chat.
see an early
First time
triple dark
tuning in a
raid
stream,
here
was there
on
some
turn
rule
3.
that you could only use yellow leaders? No cap, bro. TDR
so
always
for
hits.
Raider War Jug obviously can't play a Devastator. Looks like
TDR always hits.
Found the Raider. Raider so big here on turn 3 off of triple dark raid.
I'll
2
turn
damage to
down,
Boba,
Smidge,
2 to
don't
base.
worry.
Boba exhausted with Django's ability.
They're too loud. Shut the fuck.
And now John certainly has options. He could.
I actually really like
trade
this one guy.
with Crafty Smuggler, right? Crafty
Josh
could trade,
Schneider.
or he could use the
He has a
Tarkin
really
Town if
good
he wants to
casting voice.
keep his units on the board. That's also an option. How do you
I think
feel
it'd be
in this
fun to
spot for
cast
John?
games,
So
but like I'm not like biased enough, you know, because they're like, "Oh, this is such a sweet play," and I'm sitting there, I'm like, "This is such dog shit." Like, what am I looking at?
I wouldn't mind the Crafty Smuggler trade.
Not always,
the
obviously,
other thing
right?
to think about is you have this Ruthless Raider.
Oh,
that
dude,
could
it's
attack
crazy.
the IG, but you know Tyler hasn't used his Tarkin Town either. So I think I like this.
I just
attack. So
realized
John's attacking with
Tada's
ISD
on
because if Tyler
Zygerian
claims,
Star
then he can
Hopper.
Ruthless Raider into the IG and then decide if he wants to Tarkin Town or and not get Tarkin Town to this action.
Okay.
I like the Crafty into Boba, but I would also trust whatever John does.
I
more
feel
than
like-
what I would do in this matchup.
John
From
has
here, it
definitely
looks like
played
Tada's
Django
kinda
quite
crushing.
a bit.
Yeah.
Ever since last set, he has, I believe, had at least one runner-up finish in a PQ with this deck.
Yeah, and he was one of the creators of this deck.
Dude, these
last
peanut
set.
butter
Obviously,
pretzels
the deck
are
has evolved a
fire.
lot since then and got a lot
I think you
of
take
tools
out the
in set
IG
four
2000.
enough that it's clear
Maybe
away
not.
the
Maybe
best
you're
deck in
far
the
enough ahead
format,
you don't
but, I mean,
care.
he's very familiar with the play lines of this deck.
So it looks like Tyler did claim 4 damage to
I'm kind of
Tyler's base
surprised
with
though.
Ruthless Raider.
I feel like that's pretty good value.
And now it is the question.
Oh, he passed.
He passed. Okay, because now he's going to use Tarkin Town, taking out Zygerian Starhopper.
Yeah, so since
Sure
John attacked
oh,
base
because he wanted.
with the
Oh,
Ruthless
I
Raider,
get
he doesn't
uses
need to save
Tarkin. Okay,
Tarkin
that's
Town
worse,
for
I
the
guess.
Raider because
Right.
he knows the Raider's
I
not
got,
going to get
I
damage this
got it.
turn.
He just claimed.
So 2 indirect damage being dealt to IG 2000. And now John can decide what he wants to do with Boba.
Oh yeah, bro. I don't know. They're from Costco. I don't know if you can see the jug. I'll hold it up to the camera for you.
And it looks like we are going to see the trade. Crafty for Boba.
In case they're
Keeping
fire, bro.
Tarkin Town open, and now Tarkin Town will take
Hold on.
out IG 2000.
Let me full screen
I
this
like that
camera real
Tyler
quick.
was just kind of trying to dangle it there with the 2 damage
Wah.
on it, saying, well, if you're going to play a Raider in 2 turns, you could just leave this here.
Right.
Mhm.
John not falling for the bait and just using the Tarkin Town now, keeping his base
All right, back into the
damage-free.
corner I go.
So Tyler's board cleared here as we go into turn
Yeah,
4.
that's the spot. I don't know if that was the same size or not.
5 resource turn, the
Oh,
flip turn for both
Costco's a
of
game
these
changer.
Django players.
I was not paying attention. What did I
Tyler
miss?
has the initiative.
It got real wild.
And
Where'd
he will
everything
start
go?
by immediately deploying Django Fett.
Costco's dangerous though, bro. Like, you can't go in there and not spend a couple $100. Todd is also on the
And
3
something,
cost 2
you know,
3
to keep in
indirect.
mind
Oh,
here, you've got
hey,
9
me too.
damage
I actually like that guy, the Gorilla Soldier.
on John's, or excuse me, on
Dude's kinda
Tyler's
gassed.
base.
Mm-hmm.
And that matters.
Oh,
It
absolutely.
absolutely matters right now. John has not taken any damage at this stage of
I
the
feel like
game
it's only really
on his
good
base.
on the
And so John is
like
going to
the
use
turn 3,
ISB agent to
but
attack
on the
into
turn 3,
Django and use his
that's
Django's
disgusting.
ability to
Because it's like
exhaust
you kill
Tyler's
your own
Django.
turn 1 play.
And look
Whoa,
at this.
Gamma guard.
Gamorrean guards coming down in the ground
That's
arena.
wild.
So now the
But yeah,
Gamorrean guards will have
on the second
Sentinel
turn, you just play it,
with Django
and they
in
either
play,
kill
another
their own
cunning
turn
unit.
1 play for you, or you exhaust their
Yeah,
unit
that's wonder
and
where
ready
a lot of
yours.
this type
It's
of
super
game
good
is
there.
who has to blink first.
Later in the game,
And
kind of
exhausting
a
Django,
lot
there
less
isn't
optimal.
about preventing the 3 damage.
I think I was
it's
only on a
about
couple of
forcing
them. But
Tyler to act
hey, look,
first,
there
and
it
you
is.
don't get to-
There's the
You
boy.
don't get to attack with Django as a free pass. I don't have to deploy my Django yet. I'm going to make you spend your resources on
Right.
something.
Using up an action
Oh, dude,
that Tyler
I've tried to go into Costco with a
We'll have
$100
to
budget, and I've
play a little
never.
bit
I bought
differently
3
here now.
things,
He's
and I
got
was
the
still
Gorilla
over
Soldier coming
$100.
out,
So
3
I had to
indirect
reward
damage
myself with a hot dog
going
and a
over
piece
to
of
Tyler's
pizza.
side
You know
of
what
the
I
table.
mean?
Where
Like,
does that damage
that's
go?
the only thing that makes it worth.
Not on base.
It's like, yeah, I
Right.
spent
So,
$400
I
on
think you don't wanna ready
toilet
the Gorilla
paper and
Soldier,
hot
you don't
dogs and
wanna get your
whatnot.
Gamorrean guards dead to a
Better hit the
Django
food
attack.
court,
So
get
I
a
think
soda.
You have to put this all on Django, even though that feels bad.
God, it's
And it looks
a
like
crazy
that is
place
what
if you
he
can
is
even
going
find
to
parking.
do. All 3 indirect damage dealt to Django Fett.
Yeah, I think it's actually a lot better in here than I thought. I think I'm only on 2 just
So
because
John
I
really putting the
hate seeing
pressure
it
on Tyler
later. But
here.
I guess you want to see it early. I don't know. It's weird.
Now he will deploy his own Django.
He does also have the showcase buff though, so we have to
and
keep
Tyler
that in mind.
just claiming the initiative.
So does John have something to get through that? We see the surprise strike. Yeah.
Okay, surprise strike onto Django, attacking and defeating the Gamorrean guards. 4 damage back to Django Fett. Now Tyler with the initiative. Being behind already in the race, do you just trade Django for Django?
I don't
Yes.
think so.
Or do you take out
Unless
the
you
Gorilla
have. I mean, if
think
you have a war
try to
jug, you
find
don't.
something to tap them both.
Just tap them both.
I was gonna
Okay.
say you
Alex
definitely
triple
try and
dark
exhaust if
in
you have that
hand for
option.
Tyler. So I think the goal here is to
If you
try
don't
to
have that choice, yeah,
try,
you
try to
probably.
prolong the game. a bit.
probably
I think We
trade.
saw Tyler draw a Devastator. We know he has a Ruthless Raider. We know Tada has a Ruthless Raider from the Triple
Yeah.
Dark Raid earlier.
Ooh, yeah,
So
true.
I think you just try to delay.
Sneak attack
Sneak
Raider.
attack Ruthless Raider.
That seems
2
terrible.
damage to Django. Django
You know he's got a
exhausted.
Raider.
So this
Move
is a
on,
little
Crippen.
bit riskier from a Django health perspective than trying to find either a War Juggernaut or an IG 2000 from a Triple Dark Raid, because
Why
any
don't?
ping plus that Gorilla Soldier will kill Tyler's Django now.
Right.
So Tyler basically taking the guaranteed play of, I know I can tap one of them and make you spend a card from hand to kill Django.
I'm pretty
But
sure
it's not as safe for his Django as it would be to see if,
if
you could
he
get
has a war
multi-tapper
jug,
from the Triple Dark Raid.
then you scoop
And it's also
on the spot.
interesting because we're on the 6 resource turn.
Mm-hmm.
he could have just played the Ruthless Raider, but if you noticed, he also had the electromagnetic pulse in hand. So it's almost like he's saving that in case John were to have a big play here with one of those ready vehicle units coming off of maybe a triple dark raid.
I think the downside of this, though, is John can just play his own Ruthless Raider. So
Oh,
now
okay.
he
You
has
know
to choose,
he
is
had a
going
Raider,
to kill
though,
the
so-
Django, or is he going to kill the Ruthless Raider? Because you tap the Ruthless Raider, it's going to die at end of turn anyway. So this is another really interesting decision point from John of, do you basically save 4 damage to your base, or do you kill the Django?
I think you just
with
kill
a
the
ping
Django.
tap here and attack with the Gorilla Soldier. I think I like killing the Django, especially because you're ahead in the race
I'm about to
already.
say,
But I'm really interested to see what John does.
you're
with
way
this.
ahead.
Looks like he's thinking about it too.
You kill the Django.
Absolutely. So it is going to be to Django. Django exhausted.
I'm pretty
Both Django
sure
Fett's sitting with
this
just
one's
1
over,
HP remaining.
we're going through the motions, you know.
And now Tyler has to decide what to do with Ruthless. 4 damage to John's base.
Okay, we have an update from
You
the
could
other
also-
from the other tables. Zach on Cad
You
Green.
could also
2-0
claim
lose Cad
my-
Tarkentown.
Okay.
And then the game
Cad
2
Green
is still
beat
going in the
2-0.
Monohan mirror.
Okay.
So very important
Cad
for
Green
the
2-0s,
KTOD team for
Cad
Tada to
Tarkentown.
win this one, to try to take it back to everything resting on the Han mirror.
Right.
Oh,
So we
dude.
do see the
That hunt
win
there was
defeated
a
ability
slugfest,
from
bro.
Ruthless Raider taking out Django Fett. Both Djangos defeated here. Gorilla Soldier took out Tyler's Django. So John, the only one left with a unit in play. He's got Ruthless Raider and still in a pretty good spot. He's ahead in the race.
Gotta do some quick texty.
And here comes another Ruthless Raider for Tyler. 2 more damage to base, exhausting John's
Anyways,
Ruthless
just
Raider.
want to say what up, man. I'm about to go play Twin Sons at my LGS. Started Twin Sons Club here in LA, and it's been popping. Dude, that's fire.
And here comes the
If
triple
you still
dark
got time,
raid.
what are you
Again,
playing?
keep in
I'm
mind
very
that
curious
one
about this.
resource,
What is
Yeah.
the build?
He has electromagnetic impulse.
I've wanted to look
Yeah,
into
which
Twin
Tyler
Sons. I
has
think it'd
that
be
as an
fun now
option.
that we're at
John's
the
in
80
Devastator
cards.
range. He
But
has the resources where if he gets that, that's an instant slam. If that's
I think
what
it would
you
be
get.
entertaining.
Absolutely.
Does see a War Jug? So I don't see the Devastator. War Jug is still
Oh,
fine.
nice one.
War Juggernaut coming in. That will put 1 damage on Tyler's Ruthless
We're
Raider.
gonna have to bring out the
And you can ping the War
goods.
Juggernaut itself as well.
Right.
put together a
Which I
Twin
think in
Sons
this
deck.
case you might as well. We'll see if he does. I don't think there's any specific punish for that in this scenario.
So if he damages War Juggernaut will be +3 power. So it would attack for 6. There comes
There's
the
the
electromagnetic pulse. 2 damage to War Juggernaut. Juggernaut exhausted.
Yeah, Space Modular
Garth
asking in
Jackson,
chat,
we
yes,
go-
this is still the
ooh.
3v3. So basically what we're doing is, because we're
Oh,
running
yeah.
a little bit behind, which happens in a 34
Well,
hour
best
event
of
that
luck
we're
to you.
working
Hope
on
you
here.
have fun.
We are playing the finals of
As
the 3v3
always.
while round 1 of the 6K is happening. So
We
we're,
do the
we're
GOAT,
bringing you
as
this
you know.
coverage, and then we'll start the 6K
Going in
coverage
on
from round
pilots,
2.
we get upgrade. Oh, true that. I'm about to say you get to play like the Iden pilot. That guy's cool.
So John just claimed the initiative.
79 other cards, which are cool.
Yeah, and reminder here, if Tyler can pull out this game,
Hope you have a
3,
good
then
time,
McClunky
boss.
will win the 3v3.
Yeah,
Zach,
McClunky.
Zach beat Woo.
Give him the
Alex is
smackdown.
up a game
Put Gar
on
Saxon
Phillip,
in the
but if
beatdown.
Tyler
How many
can
people,
pull out this
if
game,
you're
then
still
it
here,
doesn't
how many
matter what
people you
happens
got
on
for
Right
that?
on mirror.
Rio
Yep.
Saboteur. Yeah.
So
Oh, yeah, I'm
Tada's
sure.
trying to come from behind for the team here.
Quick 4 damage.
How many people usually get to play?
Onto Tyler's
I'm
base.
very
15
curious.
damage.
Our
on
team's
Tyler's
not
base.
that
Action
big
back over to Tyler. He has a Ruthless Raider as
competitively,
well.
but casually it's a bit bigger. Yeah, that's true.
And I think this is where we see if Tyler feels like he's behind or not.
So,
Because
like,
he feels like he's
if it ever
behind,
comes
he can
down
just
to the
trade
casual
Ruthless Raiders and
lifestyle,
try to keep the
I'll
board
just play
clear.
Twin
If he feels
Sons,
like
you know?
he can win the race, then he can start going to base.
Yeah.
I need to build something. I've been
All
talking about
dependent
it for a
on what
while.
he
I was
has
like, once
in
they
his
go to
hand.
80, I'm going to put something in it. I still
Yeah,
haven't
and
done
so
it.
what
So
we're doing for these players in the 6K is
we're getting
all
there,
the
though.
KTOD
I will
players
do it.
who have already played 9 rounds today because there were extra lower bracket games. They are not playing in pool 1 of the 6K. They told us they did not want, like, they need to go eat.
Yeah,
So
they're
they're
tired.
not, and then the McClunky guys are getting a bye in the first round of the 6K.
at least.
This is what we're doing with that.
Hey, that's pretty sweet, though.
So Tyler
Definitely don't
must
hate
feel
that.
okay about his spot. He does go
I'm
4 damage
I'm
to
honestly
John's
wondering
base,
if it'll be
and we're going to see the War
like
Juggernaut
Commander in
coming
Magic,
back
where
out.
it just kicks out.
dealing a
Like,
damage to
nobody plays
itself
standard
and another
magic and everybody
damage to
plays
Tyler's
Commander,
Ruthless
right?
Raider.
Like, Commander's the largest scene. I mean, I don't know.
This match, all potentially riding on this
We'll see.
game. If Tyler wins,
seems fun.
McClunky are your undisputed
Twin Suns
team
on
event
last
champions.
Tuesday of month at Funny.
I
Oh,
was really
nice.
interested that John immediately put the damage on the War Jug because to me it's
Last
not super clear
Tuesday
if
of
you're
the
supposed
month.
to.
So I'm
And then he obviously thought that
assuming
as well
I
and said, well,
missed
actually, let me
this
think about it.
one.
There are pros and cons.
Let me see.
Because you
Friday.
know that it
It's April 1st is Tuesday.
I
Come
think
on,
he
why you
put
do
the
me like
damage on
that?
there, but I like the fact that John took a minute to think about it instead of just
What was I gonna say?
snapping off. Putting the damage on the War Jug.
Right.
Did you
Now,
go,
something
Jimmy? You go for
interesting to
some
note,
Twin
he
Suns?
can't
Taking
play
my
it
Django
right
Dex
now,
Premier
but
check tonight. It'll be my first live
Tyler
Reps
does
Premier
have
check.
Devastator in hand.
That's fair. I
That
don't.
would be next turn.
Yep.
Next turn is his Devastator range.
So
I think
Lux
I missed it.
Monterrey
No.
coming out.
Did I get
3-2 in the ground arena. This card
I think I've
punishes
gotten
you for playing a unit
one set of
for
reps
less than its
live?
cost.
Yes.
So it kind of punishes the triple dark raids, the sneak attacks.
Got to get some more in, that's for sure.
certainly
Hopefully
could
we
come
have
into
this
play.
win a
We're gonna
box
see Daring
tomorrow.
Raid immediately
We'll
defeating
see.
Lux.
I'm hoping there's enough people for it, but we'll find out.
I think that was
It's
still
just this
impactful
week. God
because
dang.
Otherwise, either the Daring Raid goes face.
Yeah, that's all right. I wouldn't have had one
or
put together in
Ruthless
time
Raider plus
anyways.
Daring Raid can kill
I
off
got to
your
look
Raider,
into
so
it a little bit
think
more
Lux
before
still
I
kind of
jump
was
in.
Okay there. I think you're okay with that outcome as Tyler.
Old Twin
Now
Suns.
Tyler claiming the initiative.
Usually get at
we
least 2
know
pods
that
going.
he has
Finn
Devastator
before
in
and
hand.
ran
He can fire
Hondo
off Devastator
Gar.
right here and exhaust that
Oh
War Juggernaut.
boy.
Because we know that Juggernaut right now plus 3
Hondo.
power would be swinging for 6.
Yeah, see, I just look at like the most annoying things I can think
And
of,
if he
right?
could get in
Like
for 6, Ruthless Raider would
I
be
haven't
showing
thought
game.
about it yet, but hey,
The other option is you
you're
could
the greatest of all
exhaust
time. I just want you
the
to know.
Ruthless. It's a much riskier line.
My absolute hero.
But if you exhaust the War Jug, Ruthless Raider gets to take out the Devastator for free. So the other thing you could do is you could play Devastator.
That's safe.
and
I'll
exhaust
I'll
the
play
Ruthless Raider
anything. I like to have
and
fun.
Soak up that extra damage.
Yeah,
Unless
exactly.
it's
And you say, I have
competitive,
you
then
in
I'll
check, but
still
you have to
generally
be
have
able to deal
fun,
with this
but
Devastator.
I'll play a little bit more mainstream
this
stuff.
is way smarter. That's why these guys
Ruthless
are in the finals.
Raider trading here.
Tell
2
all the
damage to
homies they're the
base, 2 to
homies.
Juggernaut.
We're all
Juggernaut still
besties
gets
now.
exhausted, and now he still has the Devastator in hand.
I'm
that
coming
he
down
could
to LA
play.
just for beers
Yeah,
and
so he
shit.
basically cleared the way for his Devastator, and also his Devastator can now kill the War Juggernaut. So the big punish from here is if Tada also has a Devastator.
Okay.
Because then he gets to play his first.
What?
Oh, and he does.
God, I looked
He
away.
does
for
have
it.
Devastator.
I
They're
looked
both
away way
holding
too
on to
much.
Devastator
We are
here
in
the
a tighter
late
race than I
stages.
thought.
Yeah, we see Tada asking
Cat
Alex
GI
for
though
play.
sounds
Basically,
nuts.
Tada's saying,
GI
"What's
just
the
sounds
punish
like
if I
fun.
just
I can't
win
even
this?"
lie.
Oh, I think we lost some power.
Oh, who cares? Run it. I can still see.
That
Right.
would be why the stream
So
just got dark for us.
the stream has darkened. Right, it's a bit
It's
dimmer
mood
at the
lighting,
table.
baby.
Some lights went out in the room.
I saw some freaky
There we
one
go. Lights
on
back
some
on.
video. It was like some
Lights,
dude.
camera, action.
It was
Let's
on like
go.
Cassian,
Yeah, so I think Tada was
something,
asking Alex if he
Cassian
should
and
just slam
something
this
else. I don't
Devastator
remember
here.
what.
And if
Cassian
you look at
Yoda.
what it does, it means that Tyler has
And,
two things to answer and only one way to answer it. And if he plays
He
his
was
own
literally
Devastator,
just
you
trying to
get
draw a
claim and
bunch of
kill him.
cards
So I think
to
this
end up
Devastator
getting
is
to
pretty
super
good here.
low
There's not
and
a
then
great
playing
way to
You're My
punish it
Only Hope
for Tyler.
for Endless
So we'll see if
Legions out of
Tada slams it
Aspect
down.
to bring out Fighters for Freedom
Yeah, I mean, having Devastator
twice.
is
Or no,
huge
not
right
twice.
here.
Fighters of
He's not gonna
Freedom
play it.
and
Or is he
then
going to sneak attack it in?
literally
He is.
just
He's going to sneak
a
attack
bunch of red cards
Devastator.
and slaughtering
4
everybody
damage
while healing
to
too
Tyler's
with other
base.
random
That puts him up
garbage. I was
to
like, this is insane.
21, and he's showing game.
It was wild.
Yeah, and this was the punish for Tyler exhausting the War Jug because the other option was you don't use your Django there.
I switch
and
Hondo
the
for
War
real.
Jug only
Smiles
hits you
less
for
relevant
4.
after step 4 in the 30
Because
card
if
deck sets.
he hadn't
That
used
makes
his
sense.
Django
What is that?
exhaust.
Electro Pulse
Oh,
again.
he has the answer anyway. That's why he used the Django exhaust.
He has the electromagnetic pulse, dealing 2 damage and exhausting the Devastator.
Ugh.
Yeah.
My goodness, what a finish to this final game 3.
I was about to say, this game
Really
got
back
way
and forth, and
closer.
that's the punish from Tada. So it was
He's gotta
hard
answer
to
the War
figure out
Jug,
what the punish
though,
was
which
for
is
just playing Devastator. But there's
tough.
absolutely punishes for sneak Devastator, and it was exactly electromagnetic pulse. Tada felt safe because Django was already exhausted, but that's the second pulse that we've seen.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, though. So
You're wrong.
IG 2000 just came out. Delta damage. unless Tyler has a way to answer the War Juggernaut, John could just
dead.
claim it's dealing 4 because it's
Yeah.
damaged, and he only has to deal 4 here. Oh, he's got no good to me
Oh
dead.
my god.
Oh, John claims the initiative.
That's crazy.
No good to me
Oh my
dead. Locks down
goodness.
War Juggernaut.
Damn.
No way.
Is that going to be the play that gives McClunky the title? The
This is
electromagnetic pulse?
insane.
Dude, that was
So good.
nutty.
Oh
Both
my
of these
goodness.
players playing out of their mind.
No way.
16 damage right now shown on John's base, and Tyler is showing 3 damage with IG 2000. Now John has the initiative.
Notably, John is not dead to play Devastator with
Okay.
the IG attack,
Yep.
but he's pretty
Certainly
close
not over.
if that happens.
And keep in mind, again, if it goes another turn, War Juggernaut's still a problem.
Yeah, absolutely. Tyler needs to close this out quick, fast. And
That was
in a hurry.
crazy though. I can't believe you lived through that.
P-38 Starfighter coming in. 1 damage to IG 2000. IG exhausted with Django's ability.
I mean, he's still gotta
One
answer
thing he
some
can do
stuff.
is
Here
play the
comes
He can
Devastator.
kill the War Jug.
There it is.
Yeah.
Juggernaut defeated. 1 damage to base.
But John can answer this kind of cleanly if he claims now. He can attack into the IG and then use the ping to tap the Devastator.
That
but
is
that's
true.
Still just temporary.
Well, and if he has a buff, he just claims here and it's game,
True.
right? If he has a surprise strike in hand or any kind of buff onto that P-38 Starfighter, that would be game.
What is he looking at?
And Tyler is
Seeing what
completely
he's
exhausted here.
spent,
No
I'm
resources
assuming.
remaining.
Dude, this is a fucking barn burner at the end, bro.
Also, if John claims another Devastator, just deals 4 to base.
Yeah, another Devastator
true,
would
yeah.
absolutely finish the game. What a match. Action back over to John. Now, with him not snap claiming, shows me that he may not have either one of those in hand, right? He may not have the Devastator or the Surprise Strike.
I mean, you have
because
to
either
claim
one of those with initiative is
regardless.
Yeah, exactly. It shows me that he has a card to play, and he's thinking about the pros and cons of playing a card
Right?
versus what he can
If you
get off
play
the
a
top.
card,
He
you
does just claim.
lose.
So he claims the initiative, and he
Oh,
has
he got
Surprise
the
Strike.
Surprise
He
Strike.
does have Surprise
Oh,
Strike.
wow.
That's going to swing in for Fatal, and John takes it in
Yeah.
Game 3, and he shows
He's
that
also
Devastator
got it.
was
his
on
top
top.
2 cards
Dead.
were Surprise Strike, Devastator.
That was
My
crazy.
goodness. Claims the initiative, finds both
I
of the
can't believe
cards
it.
that
Dude,
would
like,
win
I started
in
chatting,
one
you know, and I
action.
was looking away a
John
lot, and I look
takes it
over, and I'm
in
like, this
3
game is
games.
freakishly
So
close.
the 3v3 is still alive, and everything
He
comes
still
down
ended
to
up winning, the
mono
one I
hard
said
mirror,
was going to win, right?
which
But,
it
dude,
looks
that was
like they are
nuts.
in
And this is
game
the
3
decider.
because there are not a lot of resources.
Dude, that was
down.
great. Can you imagine, bro? Just
Okay,
like,
so
oh,
game
like,
3. So,
Wait, no, there's a Han.
I'm going to draw 2 cards, and
so maybe
hopefully
they
I
are
can
in
win the
game 2.
game.
might
If
be-
not,
they
I
might
can
still be
still,
in game 2.
stall out. He draws both cards that'll win you the
Unclear.
game. It's
We're
like,
working on the update for
gaming
that.
moment.
But that was a very exciting.
Wow.
Django
nuts,
mirror.
though.
What a Django
That was a
mirror
crazy
we
one.
just witnessed, too. Fantastic
Dude,
Django
Django
players.
mirrors are going to be so terrifying.
John
Like,
able to
Django
come
mirrors
away
are like
with it in game
super
3
wild to play
for
in. Like,
KTOD,
unless one
and
person has like
now,
a good hand and the other
if we're
person has
still on game
total
2,
garbage.
it's a
But
must-win for Philip
that's
to force
nuts.
a game 3, which would then be the deciding game
Oh, it's-
for this match.
It's one
Yes,
up.
all of the 3v3
KTOD.
comes down to this match.
This is only
of the
game
mono
2.
Han mirror, Philip from McClunky.
Oh.
KTOD. Winner of this
What y'all
wins
doing?
the team 3v3.
Chill out.
It looks like they
That was
are in
crazy,
game 3.
dude.
I believe we're getting verification on that, but it looks like
Oh.
they are in game 3.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So Philip
Okay.
did get game 2.
Okay, so Philip,
Yeah, I was about to
Even it
say.
out.
That's
Oh, no,
crazy.
sorry, it is
Oh,
game
no,
2.
no.
There's only
We
1
got-
minute.
we said it
Super
wrong.
I assume
extra
there's no
clarification.
action. Oh, okay.
Game 2. So Philip
Game
needs
two.
to
Yeah,
win this
it
to take
happens.
it to a game 3.
and I'm looking at the board again.
Don't worry,
and
I'll turn him down a smidge more, and then just
It
scream
feels-
over him.
very similar to what we were seeing in the first game. Now,
I like to listen to
Zora in the
them,
ground
but at
arena
the
for
same
Philip,
time, I gotta
and he
get
does
myself
still
out there.
have
You know.
7 ready resources. One thing we saw a lot in set 3 meta, several of the PQs that I casted, there was in these Han yellow mirror matches, there was a lot of
Oh, a lot.
Han reluctant hero versus
Oh,
Han reluctant
shit.
hero.
Yeah.
Right? So that is absolutely something that Philip could do, but he's actually going
Uh
to
huh.
waylay
It's just
L337
commentator everywhere,
in
baby.
this spot. And now Alex Yes.
All right, Jimmy,
Two
take it
cards in
easy.
hand.
I'm
He's
hoping
fully
so.
exhausted here, it appears.
Old TN said he had like four or
So what that
five
waylay
coming
says to
down.
me is
So hope for the
he may
best,
have a
right?
one-shot blaster, and
We'll
he wants
see,
the
but
blaster into
I'll
that
see you.
Han unit without
Also,
having
see
to
you later,
hero
C
die
Woods. Have
one
fun out there
BO3
with Twin
attack.
Sons. Thanks for stopping by and
Yep.
hanging out. It was a blast. Love
Oh,
you.
Look at
the tech
look
card.
Love you both.
look the other way.
Peace.
Exhaust a unit
I missed
unless
it
its
again. What
controller
just
pays
happened?
2. So Philip
Look
could
the
pay
other
2 to keep it
way.
ready, but
Then
now
he can't blast her.
he can't blast her. He would only have 2 resources.
So he
Huh.
can still pay 2 and take out Han leader, but
People
then
are on
Zori
that?
dies for free to the Han unit.
Right.
So,
Huh.
and this is a
That's
tech
an
card that
interesting
we've
one.
seen be pretty
Oh, what
good
up,
in
Josh?
Bingo, and it's really interesting that Alex brought it here because you have the same
Yeah,
issue here where Han wants to spend
I've
resources
got
in
high
stacked
hopes. Like I
chunks.
said,
So you have oh he just taps
I
it
don't know.
and
It's
claims, so he
debatable. We
doesn't have
got.
to.
Okay.
I know for sure we got
He wants
me,
initiative
you,
more than he
Jimmy,
wants
Tony,
to get 4 damage to base.
maybe Sanchez
Because
is
if he has
debatable.
that
That's 5.
hotshot blaster, he
TN said he
needs
was
to answer.
bringing
Yeah, he needs to go at
probably
first
4 to
action.
Right.
5.
Absolutely.
So I
Old
think
Thomas
Alex
TN.
with the huge read there about the hot shot.
And then if anyone shows up from Fun again and whatever,
What I want to
I
know,
I think we might make
Jeff,
it. I've got high hopes.
is how is
If not, I'll
Boston
be a little
Network
sad,
and
but
KTOD?
I've got high
You guys have
hopes.
the same tech cards here, and I know you're not testing together. You're 2 different teams, but it's really
Mm.
interesting to me that these same tech cards.
God,
are
I
being
keep seeing
found
these
here.
electromagnetic
I mean,
pulses. This card seems kind of
so
solid.
many cards in the pool.
I haven't seen a
And so
lot of look
I
the
think
other way,
that a
though.
lot of us think about these kinds of things the same way, where we say, okay,
Mm.
what is the problem here? The problem here is we need
Yeah,
to be able to
Zori
exhaust
Bliss and a
units.
hot
In
shot.
this case, we need to be,
Right.
we need an answer to someone spending all their resources on triple dark raid or needing to spend all their resources to DJ you or whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
And doing that on a Han leader who's at 6 resources, they either have to pay 2 and then you don't get DJ.
I believe
because
in the
they attack
cause
but
for
don't get to
sure.
7, or they exhaust their Han and they don't go to 7. So a lot of these, the fact
I
that it
mean,
costs
worst
0 is
case,
huge.
I mean, it
Yeah.
sounds rough, but even if we don't, at
So we
least
do
there'll
see
be a
the
decent amount of
hotshot
people to
blaster
run
coming
a
out.
normal
Zori
style event.
taking
But
out the Han
I would
Solo
hope so.
reluctant hero, and Han leader unit trading with
Got to
Zori.
do what you got to do, you know.
So
But
we are back to a
I
clean
think we
board.
got it. I think they're good against. Yeah, I'm sure.
Clean board, but Alex still has all his resources here. So
I've seen a lot of Django versus Django today, and Django versus etc. And a lot of people be on it. I think they were saying when I was watching earlier, it was like uh, 30 out of the 32 teams brought Django in their lineups. And then, like, represented wise, it was obviously Django at the top, then
and then for chat,
Sabine
I
and
believe the
Han,
timer was referring
and then
to round 1
Quinlan,
of the 6K.
and I
So
think
we're
Piet.
kind of winging it with what's going on here in terms of the 6K while this is
It was
happening.
Right.
it was
So
pretty
we're
straight.
kinda
Like a
gonna see
lot
what
of the
happens.
similar lists, right? Lots of Han, Django, and then the third one, Sabine or whatever.
Gotcha.
Oh,
The hope was that this could get finished early because we don't know exactly what's going to happen if they have to play a second BO3 during round 2 of the 6K. But we're gonna burn that bridge when we come to it.
oh yeah, because one of them's
So liberated slaves for Philip.
McClunky's
Tech coming out
from the winners bracket, right? I
for
don't know how they
Alex.
decided. If is it like fighting
between the
game
two,
winner brackets, like
we'd much
the
rather have the
losers
tech.
have to win twice,
Absolutely.
reset the
Tech giving
bracket,
Alex
or
several options now.
Alex is trying to figure out what are the odds that Philip has a blaster or surprise strike, which is why he looked at the discard pile. Well,
Yep.
what are the odds that this tech is going to get killed in
a
one
lot of
action?
no action with that loot. Is there a judge call?
Which is why I think he's going to claim to make sure that he gets at least one action in
Okay.
with the tech.
Yep, Alex claiming the initiative.
So
The
I
old
wouldn't be
liberated.
surprised to
Well,
either
gotta
see
run to work.
Alex
We'll see.
kill or
Sounds good,
otherwise deal
boss.
with
See
his
you there.
liberated slaves, or utilize
Have fun
tech
at
to
work.
smuggle out a card
I'm
or both.
much love. Peace.
So this particular match has been
Is a
very long,
slugfest.
grindy games.
Yeah.
No doubt about it.
And I think when you see 2 Han players of this caliber, that's what you'd expect. I think when you see players that may be newer to the deck, there's a lot of blowouts that happen. But there's a lot of
Yeah, this
there's a lot of
this
like
mirror
you said,
match
Alex
is a
read
slugfest.
that Philip had a blaster. The only reason you would waylay
I
Alex
feel
is if you
like
have a blaster. So I'm
in
gonna
this
play
game
exactly
specifically,
around that. So
a
the
lot
fact
of
that you
mirror
have
matches
high play level
are
is
like
what leads you
super
into these games.
skillful.
It's very
Like
hard to just get super blown out. And we just got word that if
Most of the time,
KTOD
it's not
wins,
like who draws the
that means that
best.
there
It's
will
like they
be
kind of
another
just
best of
compete
three,
very
but
well
that's going to
against
be at
each other.
7 tomorrow. So
Okay.
7 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. If Alex pulls out this game 2
Okay.
or wins in game 3, then we'll play tomorrow.
Okay.
Ahsoka.
So was that an agreement between the two teams? Because I think KTOD, they didn't want to just win. You know, McClunky's undefeated.
Yeah.
And I think that was kind of like an agreement that they wanted, if they win this match right here, they would want to play again in essentially a best 2 of 3. They want to beat them again.
Yeah, so
right?
basically the way that it depends on the game as to how you handle these kinds of upper bracket versus lower bracket things. A lot of other games, the advantage is that McClunky played 3 fewer rounds. But in card games specifically, a lot of these double elimination events say, well, you have to actually beat someone twice. So this is the first of its kind, so we're kind of trying to figure out the rules as we go along.
So
And
they're
it was
doing it like fighting
decided
game
that
style.
basically the team in the upper bracket has to get defeated twice in a best 2 out of 3. So if KTOD wins
That's
this,
crazy. So
then
they'd have to
both
run it
teams
back.
have a single loss.
Yep.
And then there will be another best of 3 to determine the winner.
Okay.
That's
And
that's
then,
something,
asking in
all
chat, when
right.
is the 6K stream coming up? The 6K stream will start at round 2 after this. And
Huh.
that is 7
Oh, we're just
p.m.
chilling.
Eastern tomorrow. So it will be after the 6K tomorrow will be the 3v3 finals if Alex manages to pull out this. If Philip wins, then McClunky just wins the 3v3 because they're already in the upper bracket.
Right.
Right.
So Tech came out for Philip, and he actually smuggled Clear the Field to
Clear
bounce
the
Alex's
field.
Tech back to hand.
Huge, yeah.
So Alex with the initiative,
Oh, wow.
but now we have Philip with Tech in play.
What? That's crazy. Just drawing some test hands, and that was odd.
And you know that these McClunky guys want to win this one so
Oh,
bad.
absolutely.
Let's end it
They
right
wanna end
here.
it today.
We're undefeated. We finish
It's true.
6-0, undisputed champs, no doubt about it. But now we're going to see Hot Shot Blaster smuggled in. Ahsoka will attack with an additional 2 power. I'm assuming taking out Tech. Tech defeated.
Can't leave the tech up. Alex winning this one. I got confidence in my
And you
boy.
can clearly tell that both of these players so familiar with these decks. So familiar with the matchups too. They're just constantly looking at the discard pile saying, okay, how many of this card has he played? We know we've got at least 2 more of these in the deck. We've got 1 more of these.
This is a very slow
Actually, while they're thinking,
game.
there's a funny story. These players are also very familiar with each other. So
Okay.
when the players sat down, McClunky won the coin toss and sat Philip down first.
Right.
And then KTOD thought about how they were going to seed
Surprise.
their players. And so they came out and Alex said, "Where do you guys think we're sitting?" And all of them said, "You're sitting here for this mirror." And then Philip said, "We're 1-1. This is the rubber. We got to go to game 3."
Okay.
So these guys have played in big tournaments against each other in this mirror before, and they were both very excited to get this opportunity to play against each other again in
That's
a
awesome.
high stakes environment.
Well, here we go. So, liberated slaves trading with Ahsoka.
We're just at like the ultimate stalemate here.
And
We're gonna end
we
up just
do
decking each other
still
out
have
at
a
this
timer in
point.
the round, though, right?
Yeah, so
there
this
is
timer is based
right.
on the 6K timer because the McClunky guys need to get to their round 2 of the 6K.
Okay.
So we need to not hold up the 6K for this.
So hopefully, this game will come to a conclusion without tiebreakers.
But
we could get to that
notably,
point, right?
Alex won game 1, so Philip has to win this game too.
Yeah,
then
that's
they would go to
crazy.
tiebreakers. If they go to time right now, Philip wins because he's up 1-0. It's because of this game 2.
This was game 3.
No,
right?
this is game 2.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alex is
Okay.
still up 1-0.
This is game 2.
okay. That's my apologies. I thought we were on game 3.
The other 2 people like playing the Django Mirror and
So yeah, if we're
whatever
on
the other
game
one
2,
was that
that's
I don't
absolutely right.
remember.
They go to time. Alex
Already
wins.
over. One of them was a best of 3.
So
This
Philip
is
needs
game
to
2.
Close this game out. He's got 16 minutes to close this out and at least try to get something in game 3.
So DJ smuggled here.
You don't have
taking
to
one
show
of
him what it
Alex's
is.
resources.
I believe that was an L3,
Yeah.
which is also kind of
Bush
interesting
get a
because
game warning for playing
is
the
Philip going to
wrong
make the
base.
extra greedy play of I'm going to not destroy your resource and just smuggle it out?
It's not chopper base.
Another tech
It's
being
the double
smuggled
yellow
into play
special.
for Alex.
Because Philip could just claim here with all the with saying that Alex can't deal with DJ with only 2 resources. Philip could just claim and have his first action be smuggle out Alex's L3.
It's true.
Assuming that we were correct and that's what it was. It looked like an L3.
It was an
And that's what
L3.
he does. So I don't imagine we're just going to see him smuggle out this L3 first action.
Dude, this is just the
But then that
weirdest
is going
game.
to give Alex an action with tech active,
Okay.
which is also always scary.
Yeah, absolutely. Tech. Such a good card. Creates
Oh, yeah.
so many options.
Yeah, God damn it.
A lot to think about here for Philip, deciding what to resource.
Hey, this is absurd.
And I guess this is one of the interesting points where some kind of hand camera or knowing what's in their hand makes it
Hand
interesting. In a
cam.
game like this where you're resourcing the cards, right? So you can see what they're thinking about.
I'll
with the
show you a
resource
hand
decision.
cam.
Yeah. And for this mirror, we'd also need a resource row camera.
Right, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, because there's so many options with smuggle, with tech, and then cards with smuggle on them in
Yeah,
general,
the
like
blasters and
L337,
DJs,
the
yep.
blaster, the DJ.
Absolutely.
This is
So we see the jetpack in Alex's hand. Interesting that he didn't.
I can't
resource
lie.
It, so it makes me think that he may want to.
They're
He
good
may
players,
have plans
obviously,
for all of
but
his
man,
resources and
this
only want to
is
spend the 2 that play off in hand.
this is just slow. Like,
Because if he
you
plays
got to know
jetpack
how
for
much
2
time's
7
left.
up,
You're in
so
the
we could see an
second
Infest Nest or a
game.
Han unit or something. So I wouldn't be surprised to see Alex play a 7
Granted,
and then
it's
also
not
smuggle
technically a
out,
time,
play a
right?
jetpack
But
in hand. We do see
come
a Han unit in
on,
hand
like,
as well.
it's
So
crazy
L3
work.
does get smuggled into play. That was Alex's L3.
It's hard though. There's so much going on in these matchups, and so like I get it, right? But like no cap, I don't think we've seen
we're at the
anything.
point
Hold
right
on.
now, at the time, Alex just wins.
Yeah, so for the last 3 minutes, all we've seen happen
If Philip
is an
wins this,
L3 came out.
Tiebreaker would then be damage on base. Right?
correct. So if they get this and go to the next,
That was
game,
literally
then
it.
Philip would have a chance to get damage on Alex's base.
Right. And here comes look the other way.
I believe so.
No,
We're
taking
thinking about
back.
it, deciding. I don't know how much exhausting DJ matters here.
Not very much.
Yeah, we do see the jetpack
All right.
for 2 onto the tech. So trying to protect his tech.
Jetpack +2 power gets a shield token for this phase.
That
light
does
work.
stop Blaster from killing tech. This could be also a bit of a false flag operation because we know that Alex has Han unit in hand, so he may be trying to signal that he needs this tech, and seeing if Philip has to do something drastic to try to deal with it. And
Drastic?
inefficiently spend
Waylay.
resources. But it's also just nice having a 4-power tech.
Yeah. Absolutely.
This game makes me never want to pick up Han Yellow again. Yeah,
Here
there's
comes
also
Cunning.
that.
Cunning for Philip.
Bounce
Incredibly
discard.
played by Alex because I think Philip is saying here he needs to bounce the tech and he might buff his DJ, which
Was
is
it
gonna
maybe
run into
bounce
the Han unit
power,
that
but
we know is in Alex's hand.
Yeah.
So I think this is why Alex played the jetpack. He said, "I'm gonna make you think that this tech is important and you have to deal with it." And we'll see it. It seems like Philip is going to bounce the tech, and if he buffs the DJ as well, the other option is does he discard? It's risky to do.
I think you do.
He is
Oh, he
going to
is gonna
discard.
discard.
Wow. So that is a
Bouncing
very
Yeah,
good
tech.
by
I was
Philip.
gonna say I
Very
think
good
he
play
bounced
by Philip.
And
discard.
discard.
If you're asking what separates
Try
people who
again.
play Han from people
Can't
who have
see it.
mastered Han, it's that.
Okay.
A lot of people would say, "Oh,
Got the
I need
tech
to get a
too.
damage. I need to buff the DJ, whatever." But Philip knows I need to bounce the tech, and I have the chance to discard it in the other
Yeah.
mode isn't useful anyway.
There you go. And he hit
Yeah.
tech.
Yeah,
He
he hit tech.
discarded
I was gonna
tech.
say that's a big hit.
Wow.
Every time I see Philip play,
Tech's
or
like
I had the
the
misfortune of
key
having to play
break
against
in
him,
this
I'm
matchup.
always impressed with the logic he takes
There's
and how
another
well he
one.
plays.
Yeah. So now the action back over to Alex. Now he does have the Han Solo in hand, but he's actually going to
Does have the
smuggle
DJ.
DJ. All right, so he will take control of one of those 2 ready resources that Philip has.
Sure.
Yeah, and Philip trying to see if there's anything he wants to leave as a ready to resource to be taken.
Why not, right?
This is taking some time off the clock, though.
Yeah, we are under 10 minutes left on the clock.
Not the waylay.
Stealing a waylay here. Philip just claiming the initiative.
He wants
And
to
Han
keep
action
it.
ability used, which means he will be able to defeat that resource.
Yeah.
L3 getting in for 2.
Oh, cunning and blaster. So now we know he has a cunning and a Han unit and a blaster. It feels like Alex
It's a really
has
good
all
draw
the
off the
tools
top
here.
there.
Yeah. It looks like we may be going to another best of 3 tomorrow.
That's
It is
what it's
very,
looking
very
like to me.
possible.
Because
To work with. We don't know what's in Philip's hand.
this is
And he's
bizarre.
also obviously incredible at this deck. But yeah, he's got to find a way out of a hole right now. He's got to find it fast. 2 Han units and a cunning.
2 Han
Yeah,
units.
back-to-back Hans could be absolutely brutal. Now the question is, again, what does Philip have in his hand? I can't tell. It looks like he may have an Emphas Nest. So Emphas Nest is one of the options.
It's good, but it's not great. You
Right.
really don't want to bounce their DJ.
Right.
What?
Bouncing the L3 is fine. And then the thing that I like about the Infus Nest is it still threatens Han unit. He does bounce the DJ. Interesting.
Okay.
So really prioritizing not getting the damage on his base.
So DJ returned to hand. Alex now
Bruh.
going to deal 2 damage, I believe, to the Emphas
This is
Nest.
so
Yes, this sets up the Han
crazy.
unit.
Like,
Yeah,
this-
absolutely.
this
how is
telegraphs
this
what
the
he's gonna do,
second
but I don't know
game,
what
dude?
Philip
Like,
can do
I
about it, even
don't
as the
get
2
it.
Hans. He only has 3 resources, so Philip can't do like a
I mean,
Kira,
I guess I get it,
to
but
stop that, even if he has something like a
but
Sark,
still,
there's 2 Hans.
like,
So I think Alex feels pretty safe that even though this is very
people say
telegraphed, that
control
Philip
players
isn't
are
gonna be able to do it.
slow. I mean,
And so with it being a telegraphed play, and Philip has to be seeing the Han coming, what
He could waylay
what
his
does
own
he have
Infus.
right in response? Like,
If he could waylay his own Infus Nest, to
Oh,
so
it
that it doesn't
goes.
die to the Han, but that
Give it a
does
jetpack?
negate the purpose of having it out.
Hot Shot
so here
Blaster at
comes
least
Hot Shot Blaster
puts a
onto
little something
DJ,
in there.
5 damage to base.
I think this is just the best he can do. Just say, okay, I'm going to lose my Infus. Because obviously you want the blaster on Infus when you get the 7 power attack.
Right.
That's so nice.
It's amazing.
But you just know that you're not going to get that chance.
Mm-hmm.
So just
You
getting
do
the
indeed
damage
know
down,
that.
Trying to make Alex feel a little bit of pressure. That is the first damage on his base. So
Yeah.
not feeling the pressure.
This is
Yeah,
this is a
5
wild
damage
one.
on
but-
each base, and then of course Han is going to really cause some trouble for
Really?
Philip on this board.
Yeah.
Can take out Emphas, and then if Philip doesn't have an answer at the start of the next turn,
Yeah.
it could take out more, right? It could go in
Yeah.
and take out DJ.
But, I mean, five damage. I know what they say. You start a journey of 1,000 miles with a single bite of the elephant, right? That's the saying. So
So
Claims
Emphas
it.
Nest taken
Hey,
out.
he's
got to
get that 5,
Solo,
and or he could
reluctant
hot shot
hero.
again, running into hot. This
Now
is
Philip
quite
has
the
claimed the
game.
initiative.
okay, so just DJ for 3.
Yep.
I like this by
Just
Alex,
replaying
just getting
DJ.
another unit out, making him have something else to have to worry about.
Hmm. Like you'd think you're getting to a point where like someone would have an advantage, but like yeah, I'm kind of with this last guy. The most boring mirror I've ever seen. It's not that
Chat
it's
in chat
like
not
super
interested in
boring,
this mirror.
honestly. It's just like
Not as many big swings
it's
as we saw
super
in the Django mirror, that's for sure.
skillful.
But people didn't want to see that either.
Right.
I love watching this mirror when it's two very high skilled players because of the intricacies of the play lines.
I was gonna say it
Like
is a
Han
very
into Han,
skilled
that's a
mirror.
pretty simple play. Like
There's
you
no
get that one.
lie,
It's simple,
but
but it is very important.
it's
And
so
that was an
slow.
important
It's
play.
Yeah.
such a
The problem
slug.
is, Alex has another one. Right?
Yeah.
He's got another Han here, so Han can they go back and forth. The
Yeah.
Han Solo reluctant heroes just trade with one another.
Yeah, I agree with KTOD. I think this is amazing. Like how many Han players would bounce a DJ, and we saw it
Yeah.
work out. Alex just had to
Glaze
replay
me
J3
out,
because they
brother.
both understand this matchup so well, and they both know the exact lines. Like I think we are seeing this mirror played at the highest level right now, and I think anyone
Hmm.
who plays this game should be able to appreciate the level that we're seeeing out of
No,
these
this
players. It's
I get
insane
it.
how well
Like
they're
I
playing.
said, this is a skilled matchup for sure.
But the
It's
problem
good
now,
stuff, but it's so slow.
Philip has only dealt 5 damage to base, and we have less than 5 minutes on the clock. I mean,
Yeah,
it is going to be tough to win this game. Go to game 3,
Yeah.
deal damage quickly.
Yeah.
So cunning for Alex, exhausting both DJ and L3.
Yeah, no, I think this is gonna lock the game up for Alex because he's basically saying you have to answer
It's
this.
for sure
And as soon
going
as
to
Philip
time,
answers
right?
that, he says, "Han, kill your Han. Now you can't win the game anymore."
Right.
And if you don't have an answer for this, then you also can't.
Some interaction between the
Either
hand
way.
and the resource
So,
road.
so I
Yeah,
think this
true,
is huge. I
true.
mean, we could see L3 go to base. Like all roads lead to Rome. I think from this cunning.
No, I
where
think
he can either completely clear the board and say
literally, if
L3
you
kills
know the
DJ or he
time,
kills Han.
which is
He can
kind
go
of a
to base
shame,
and say you're too
but
far
if you
behind
know
to
the
make this up.
time,
This
you
cunning
just
play is
trade and
really good by
survive the
Alex.
Now
board.
here comes Bamboozle for free, discarding Kira, exhausting L3.
Yeah,
And the
now
fact
you
that
got
it
a
was for
Han
free
into
is
Han.
huge. He still has 3 resources up.
Still does have 3 resources. Does
So he's going to
Alex
trade that
fire Han
L3
out
into
here?
it.
Yes, he does. Han Solo, reluctant hero, trading with the other Han Solo. So back and forth Hans here.
My fave, back and forth Hans. He's like, check this out, Han. Initiative. What are you doing with that 3? Shield?
Chad asking what stage of the finals this is. This is the finals of the 3v3
What
tournament.
stage of the
However,
finals this
McClunky
is?
Gaming
The
is
final
on the upper bracket
surprise.
side and has to be defeated twice. So if Alex wins this game, then we're going to have a second best of 3 tomorrow at
That's
7
crazy.
p.m. Eastern to determine the grand finals winner. If Philip can somehow win this game, and then
Call
another
a judge
game in
on
the next
it's
2.5
a
minutes,
complex
then
matchup. They're
McClunky
both
will win the
thinking
3v3
through
right
the
now.
I
different
think it's very
options.
I just don't think he's in a position
just
to
not enough
win the
time.
game and
Yeah.
then go to the next one, putting more damage on base quickly.
Oh yeah, this game's over, right? Like if that timer's solid and there's 2 minutes,
Yeah, I'll
someone's stopping to talk, someone you can see all the what? The gesticulating around. Whether they're just talking to someone instead of playing. Teammates maybe, but dang. I don't know. That's a weird one. Oh yes, that makes sense. But now
so Philip
what?
with the first action here on this turn. 5 damage to base with DJ.
Yeah.
But I think
Philip trying to get
Probably
on the
enjoy
damage.
He
it
is,
more
but I
if they
think it's
weren't
just
playing
too
as
little,
slow
too
as they
late.
are.
Han will take out DJ.
Yeah, you don't care about 2 possible damage, really, right? You just want to make sure that you can
So
get
more
that
people in
DJ
chat
off
asking about
the
the BO3. So
board.
this 3v3 was a double elimination tournament. So you have to lose twice to be knocked out. McClunky has not lost yet. So if KTOD wins this best of 3, they still have to beat McClunky in a second BO3. KTOD is coming from the lower bracket. They have already lost a best of 3. So if KTOD
crazy.
pulls this out, which is what looks likely at the moment, then there will be a second best of 3 with both teams having one loss, and that
Ooh,
will
yeah,
be the ultimate
Falcon. It's a
final
nice
grand
looking
final.
foul call on.
Yeah. And it's totally fair because it is a double elimination tournament.
Was this
So
a
it is fair that
75-minute
Kentucky
match or
has to
50?
lose
I'm
twice.
pretty
If they
sure
do
this is a
lose
75.
match, you know, they've lost one. KTOD has lost one. But Alex just completely controlling the board, wiping Phillips' ground arena, getting in for 2 damage with L3. We saw Millennium Falcon coming in for Phillip. But now the clock with less than 30 seconds.
Can Philip win 3 games in 18 seconds?
Tech
In 18
smuggled
seconds.
into play.
It's crazy work.
Tech smuggled back out of play.
Right, exactly. Infus Nest coming out. Bounced right back to Phillips' hand.
That's the whole point of double elim. Yeah, Yeah, you check that pile.
And at least on our screen here, we are showing that they have went to time.
This is pretty unhype. Yeah.
There is a judge near there, so they'll have the exact time around. But if they go to time, that does mean that KTOD has won.
Makes sense from an event organization standpoint, though. The X haven't felt too slow for me. They just have resulted in a lot of damage, and their finals aren't untimed for SWU, though. Yeah, we're just in the conundrum.
And so with time being called, they have this turn, and then they'll have one more turn.
Yes. But even if
he wins,
Philip wins, then Alex still gets the tiebreaker because he has initiative for game 3.
Yep. Yeah, it's over.
And I think it will be pretty hard to deal 18 damage here in this turn anyway.
Yeah.
Hopefully, it sounds kind of rude. Hopefully, though.
Yeah, they're completing the last action phase now. This is really just
switch who plays who.
There's no real way that Philip can get.
And that's gonna do it. Philip's gonna go ahead and scoop it up. Alex will take it, wins the match, and KTOD beating McClunky Gaming here. So McClunky now no longer undefeated.
Yeah, it's a bad rule.
And we will have another match tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Eastern for the final between these two teams, and the winner will take all officially in that match.
Yeah, super exciting.
So guys,
well, I would think that would change now. You could just say draw, right?
Do it for the team event today. We're going to take a 2-minute break.
Man, this is a rough watch. Hopefully,
action from the 6K. Thank you so much for tuning in, and stay tuned for more action from BIATL.
I can get both aspects for sure. Like, I don't know. Like, it wasn't the most exciting thing I've ever seen in my life, right? Oh, what the? Oh, now we're buffering? Okay. What for? Oh, it's over. Well, I guess that's it for me then. Thanks for hanging out if you did hang out. I'm going to go play some games or something. I don't know. Peace. Subscribe if you're watching this as a VOD, though. You're my hero.